Now we're going to see how we are going to be creating an application inside of our Django project. And so what we've created until now is a Django project. And in terms of the way a project is structured is that every Django project generally consists of one or more Django applications. So one project may have multiple applications within it. And the reason for this division is if you think about big websites, oftentimes a big website, a big project has multiple different apps that are sort of separate services that operate within it. Google, for example, has Google Search, but also has Google Images and Google News and Google Maps. While you can think of each of those individual services as a separate app, all under one larger project like Google, for example, or Amazon's website, for instance, might be one big project that has a couple of different apps within it. One app maybe for shopping and one for Amazon's video service, for example. And so Django comes preloaded with its ability to take a project and divide it into multiple distinct apps, maybe for simpler apps. We're only going to have a project that has one app inside of it until now, instead of multiple, but it has the ability to just allow us to create separate apps that have different capacities. So if we want to get started with Django, the first thing we'll need to do after we create a project is create a Django application. And so the way to do that is we go ahead to our command and type in Python manage.py start app and followed by the name of our application. So if we go ahead and open command, so this is a command here where we are opening the previous the project actually that we were actually discussing, and so we enter Control-C to break that run server. So now our server is not running. If we go ahead to our application and enter, you can see now that the site is no longer available because I actually stopped that server. So now if we want to create our project, we're going to type in something which is python manage.py. And now we're going to say start app, and we're going to let's call it hello. So that app is called hello. So if we go to Visual Studio Code, you can see that now we have a file which is called hello, which is the application that we've created. Inside of that file we have a couple of files that we will talk about extensively later. But for now, these are the files. And if we go ahead and open that file, you can see that we have the application inside of our project. So this is the whole project, and this is the application that is found inside of our project. These are a bunch of Python files that we'll be discussing throughout the course. And so now we've created this hello app that we'd like to install this project, and in order to install it we need to go to the settings.py for this particular Django project. So we go to settings for project 1 and scroll down to installed apps, and so we've said Django has by default some installed apps, and we could add to these default apps of our own. So one app we'd like to add is that one that we've just created, which is hello. In order to add it, it's pretty simple. You just between strings add the name of the application, which happens to be hello, and then add a comma because we have multiple apps. So now this is a list, and to separate one from the other we need a comma. So now we installed our app inside of our project, and we'll see how This is going to help us work with our application later on.